You're a nice chap and quite sensitive. How do you cope with all the nastiness in the hobby?
Hey Jim, it's your favorite Southern California Mike Strauss, aka the OGGM. It's Monday, and here's question number 4 of the questions you sent me. You're a nice chap and quite sensitive. How do you cope with all the nastiness in the hobby? Sensitive? I mean, that makes me sound like a 6-year-old. I definitely wear my heart on my sleeve, and I definitely sometimes process things incorrectly. I think I'm better at it than I used to be, definitely, especially with some of the situations I'm dealing with now, in both hobby and real life related. I'm lucky enough to have a semi-decent support network. I'm lucky enough that I've dealt with this for so long that I've built up multiple layers of armor against it, so to speak, and just sort of at this point make fun of it. There are still things people say that really upset me, and I can get on my soapbox, and mostly it's the hypocrisy, I think, in the hobby, really, especially lately. The whole if I disagree with you so you can go die shit, that really just I don't know. Am I reaching the nastiness in the hobby is at an all-time high and has been for a while now, but it just reflects the world and the nastiness in the world. And sometimes, yes, I do lose it. In the past, I've played a safety card. I've taken breaks from gaming. I've taken breaks from YouTube. Usually that ends up blowing up in my face because the whole, it is not an accepting community. Gamers, like most secular groups, are not. Most of us are horrible, and I'm no mistake. I've said and done things that could be considered pretty toxic. I've got my list of accusations that have been made against me: toxic gatekeeper, ungodly heathen, idiot, mediocre. I've had multiple threats against my life. Scott Garrity threatened to come and drag me out of the game store I play in and expose me to the light of 5e. And I've been physically assaulted. I've seen other people physically assaulted. The hobby, is emotional. People once, somebody very wise once said that tabletop role-playing gamers are very passionate about their favorite sport, and they can get very emotional, much the same way soccer or football fans can. We don't like being told we're thinking wrong, or that we're doing it the wrong way, or that we're a bad person. And we tend to react very emotionally. And it's worse when it's, our own society. When gamers are attacking other gamers, that's just horrible. Or used to, growing up, high school, nerd. That was always awful. But, it was outside and we were in the gaming community. But now the gaming community seems to be sort of eating itself. Where is the end-all direction that this is going to go if it continues the way it is? Probably just become more and more secular and less communication with each other. It'll become a more, inclusive niche hobby. It's never going to be as big as it was a year ago. Wizards of the Coast is always going to be top of the hill. And there's always going to be edition wars. My version of stupid elf game is better than your super version in this game. It has become very nasty. I have been the target of that nastiness. I have said some things that could be considered nasty, so I'm not innocent. So the best way to deal with it is just either ignore it, take a break, or laugh at it and point out the hypocrisy. Point out the hypocrisy. I think is the best thing to do. Anyways, that's it. Thanks again for asking me these questions, Jim. I appreciate it. You know how much I respect you. Talk to you later.